The Double N Sports TV. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nigel. I will be giving you betting tips, score predictions, and looking ahead at the games over the weekend. So this video is for mostly the English Championship and the Sunday games. English Championship and the Sunday games in the Premier League. But remember, guys, this is gambling. Do not let it control you. I'm only giving you these tips in good faith. Always remember to gamble what you can afford. There's a link in the description box. Gambleaware.org. Gambleaware.org. So let's look at these games in no particular order. Let's start with Sheffield versus Norwich. An interesting game. This has been, it's difficult to separate these two teams at the moment. However, go for over 2.5 goals with a Norwich win. Our score prediction is 3-2 to Norwich. There will be goals in this game. Reading, they play Bolton. Well, Reading has had no wins in 6 games. Bolton, they've won 2 of their last 6 games, but they've had draws. So their form has been better than Reading. Don't be surprised if Reading are at the bottom half of the table towards the end of the season, because their form has been poor. They'll need to change things. What is our score prediction? Well, Bolton are traveling to Reading. However, our score prediction is 3-1 to Bolton. 3-1 to Bolton. They just seem to be better than Reading at the moment. Wigan, they go to they play Nottingham Forest. Wigan are at home. This is a difficult match to separate the two as well. What is our score prediction? Well, both teams to score. Definitely go for that one. Our score prediction is 2-2. 2-2. Both teams are in good form, kind of like at the moment. Leeds, they play Rotherham. This is a Yorkshire derby. Interesting game. Leeds might just be too much for Rotherham, although both teams are in good form. Both teams are in good form. But Leeds are at home and they might just be too much. Our score prediction is 3-1 to Leeds, but both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. However, 3-1 is our score prediction. Millwall, they play Derby. Millwall are at home, but Millwall, both teams won their games in the midweek games there. But Millwall, they just seem to be struggling. Derby are in better form. So our score prediction is 2-1 to Derby. Derby, remember, are the visitors, but it's 2-1 to Derby. The next game sees West Brom play QPR. West Brom play QPR. West Brom, they've lost 1 game in 6. So that is pretty good. 1 game in 6? Okay, I'll take that any day. Twice on Sunday. QPR, on the other hand, they've only won 1 game in 6. Don't give me that one. What is our score prediction? Well, West Brom are in good form and they are at home. So it's definitely 2-1 to QPR, to West Brom. 2-1 to West Brom. They're at home and they've got better form between the two. Bristol City, they host Middlesbrough. Well, this is a good time for Middlesbrough to go to Bristol City, because Bristol City, they're a bit shaky. They've had a shaky start this season. So it's the best time for Middlesbrough. What is our score prediction? It's 2-1 to Middlesbrough. That is our score prediction, largely because Bristol City's form at home is a bit shaky, whereas Middlesbrough away form has been good. So that is our score prediction. Ipswich, they play Aston Villa, and Ipswich are at home. Well, Aston Villa, they have a good team at the moment. Jack Grealish, he's been the playmaker and he's been good. Even Tottenham Hotspur wanted to sign him over the summer. They are defensively organized with Hutton at the back and they're just good. So Ipswich versus Aston Villa. Our score prediction is 2-0 to Aston Villa. Ipswich, they've shown nothing so far and they're just going to struggle. I don't see where they're going to get the goals from, but hey, time will tell. Maybe they might change things. Hull City, they play Blackburn Rovers, and Hull City are at home. Well, Hull City hasn't had a win in 6 games, whereas Blackburn Rovers, they've not lost a game in 6 as well. But Blackburn Rovers, they tend to concede towards the last minute, 85th minute. From there, they tend to concede that goal. Hull City are unpredictable. They can show up, they might not show up. What is our score prediction for this game? Well, it's definitely both teams to score, but the visitors might just be a little bit organized. So it's 2-1 to Blackburn Rovers. 2-1 to Blackburn Rovers. Preston, they host Stoke City. Well, Stoke City, they got relegated last season. Their form was dismal. That's why they got relegated, and that form has continued. It's difficult to see where they're going to get goals from. Whereas Preston, they haven't been great, but they will be. They will just have enough to beat Stoke City. Our score prediction is a narrow victory to Preston. 1-0 to Preston. 1-0 to Preston. Looking at the Sunday games in the Premier League, for Manchester City, they play Huddersfield. Well, this game, go for over 2.5 goals, even 3.5 goals, because this is going to be a drubbing. Man City are just in top form. Whereas Huddersfield, well, this game last season, Manchester City only scored twice against them. So, but now this is a different team. They're well organized. They've got 3 different teams that could potentially win the Premier League. So, Man City should win that and should be a drubbing. Score prediction, well, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Take a pick. Manchester United, they play Brighton. Well, Manchester United are just all over the place at the moment. Jose Mourinho is moaning. Pogba wants to leave, is not happy. You don't know what's happening in Man United, and this is the best time for Brighton to play and possibly beat Manchester United. Our score prediction for this game is going to be 1-1. 1-1, a draw. Both teams to score. So those are our predictions for this game and the weekend. There'll be more videos to come. If you like what we're doing at Double N Sports TV, like, subscribe, and share. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nigel. I'm on to the next one.